Many years ago, in a remote mountain village, there lived a Zen master. He was a wise, peaceful soul, living far from the busy world below. The air was fresh, the skies clear, and the surroundings quiet, a perfect sanctuary for his life of meditation and mindfulness. Each day, the master would meditate by a gentle stream, contemplating life and nature. His calm spirit attracted visitors from near and far, hoping to learn from his wisdom. In a distant city, there was a professor renowned for his knowledge and intellectual achievements. Surrounded by books and certificates, he felt accomplished, yet something was missing. He heard stories of the Zen master and decided to visit him, hoping to understand the secrets of enlightenment. The professor packed his belongings and embarked on the long journey through the mountains. Climbing higher and higher, he was both excited and a little nervous, wondering what wisdom he would find at the end. Finally, he arrived at the master's simple, humble home. The professor, dressed in fine clothes, looked out of place in the master's rustic environment. But he was determined. With a confident tone, he began, "Respected master, I am a professor with many years of study in philosophy, history, and science." He listed his degrees, each one adding to his pride. "I have come here to learn about Zen. Open my mind to enlightenment." The Zen master listened quietly, a faint smile on his face. Without a word, he gestured for the professor to sit and said, "Please, let's have some tea together." In silence, the master prepared the tea, moving gracefully and deliberately. The professor watched, growing impatient but curious, wondering when the master would begin teaching him. The Zen master poured tea into a small, simple cup in front of the professor, slowly filling it to the brim. But he didn't stop there, the tea continued to flow, spilling over the sides and onto the table. The professor watched in astonishment as tea poured out, forming a puddle on the table and dripping to the floor. He couldn't contain his frustration any longer. "Stop," he blurted out. "The cup is already full. You're wasting tea. Can't you see it's overflowing?" His tone, one of authority and irritation, filled the quiet room. The Zen master paused, placing the teapot down and looking directly at the professor with kind, knowing eyes. "You are like this cup," he said gently. "Your mind is so full of your own opinions, achievements, and knowledge, that there is no room left for anything new. How can I show you the way to enlightenment if you are not open to receiving it?" The professor was stunned. His proud demeanor faded as the meaning of the master's actions sank in. He looked down at the spilled tea, realizing his mind had been too cluttered for any true wisdom. The professor left the mountain with a new perspective on life and learning, realizing that the first step to enlightenment is an open and empty mind, ready to receive.